Okay, this is our city named Jeff Tom D. We made this city in a city simulation called City Skylines, and we decided to make our city right next to Lake Toomba and the Congo River. There are three main parts to our city: an urban area, which is a small island, a suburban area right here, and then a rural area furthest away. Uh, so as we enter the city, the first thing you will encounter is the rural area. It's pretty sparsely populated. It has a lot of area with not very many buildings, commercial area. But along with this area is a small industrial area right here, which is farming mostly. If we go back to the highway, as we go further down, we will reach the suburban area, and one side of this area is dominated by the office zone, and right here you can see it's the light blue color, and then um, the other side is both residential and commercial area. Um, the residential is the green, and then commercial area is this darker blue color. And most of this is planned to be populated later as the city grows to 100,000. Right now we have 50,000 people in our city, but we have enough for 100,000. And then the last part of our city, as we go further down this highway, is our urban island, dominated by office zone on this one side right here. And then the other side also commercial and residential area, and you can see it's a lot more densely populated is how we planned it.
All right, here is our water intake along the Congo River. So the water comes in here for our city through the upstream of the Congo River for water for our city. Our water consumption currently is 702,000 cubic meters a week, and our pumping capacity is 720,000 cubic meters per week. So we have about 18,000 cubic meters more than we currently use. So there's current room for an increase as our population grows, and we can build upon it more as well. Further downstream, where the Congo River lets out into Lake Toomba, is where we let out our sewage and treat it before it flows downstream for us to take in that water to use for our city. Our current sewage production is 700,000 cubic meters a week, and our capacity to take in sewage is 800,000 cubic meters per week. Okay, so here is our system of water pipes that are all underground. So we have a series of pipes going in and out of the urban area. And we also have a series of pipes going in and out of the suburban area, as you can see here. And we have one more set of pipes running all the way out to the rural area for agriculture and such.
Okay, now I will talk about our power consumption and energy use. We were originally going to get power from the Congo River actually, but that wasn't working out. We didn't get enough power from that dam. So we combined use of wind, nuclear, and solar power. Here you can see this is kind of a group of wind turbines that we're utilizing to their best abilities. Right now, our total power consumption is actually 556 megawatts. We have a production well over 2 times that, 1,225 right now megawatts. And then so our consumption, we have a nuclear power plant that takes up about half of our consumption, 640 megawatts, and then we also have an area of solar panels which is 160 megawatts during the day, and then our wind turbines take up the rest of our energy. And so, yeah, we can get a pretty efficient power usage to all parts of our city.
The main road coming into Jeffery is the highway from the road already established as N8. This highway stretches throughout our city with 3 main interchanges off the highway, one to the rural, one to the suburban, and one to the urban. The rural roads are far apart for the sparsely populated rural area. As we get into the suburban roads, our suburban area has many curvy roads, much like Dublin.
I love you.
As we get further into the urban area, the roads are more square and rectangular. For public transportation, we have 3 main modes of public transportation. One is the metro, which goes around our urban area that connects to our bus lines. Each metro station goes to separate parts of the city, and after exiting each metro station, there is a bus line. We have 2 main metro lines, one for the urban area and one for the suburbs. A train connects our urban area to our suburban area all the way back to our rural area. This train line also reaches our industrial area for people who need to go there for their job.
Next, here's our education system. We have 14 elementary schools right now, and we have more than enough room for expansion. We have 9 high schools, 2 in the suburbs, and 6 in the urban area, and 1 in the rural area. We have 3 different colleges in our city. The first one being Tommy's Institute of Technology, Cody Tech, and then the third one being Aamod University. Each is unique in its own way. The majority of our population is well educated or highly educated. Here's our fire stations, which we have positioned strategically throughout the city, according to where there would be the most problems and after expansion where they would be most needed. Now we will move into police areas, which we also have scattered across the city in strategic areas, more in highly denser areas and a little bit less in the lower population areas.
Yes.
Okay, so just to kind of wrap things up, there are some small features we added or didn't add, depending on if they were efficient or not. So we were actually thinking of adding an airport to the city, but we realized the terrain wasn't well suited. Really, there was no good place to put an airport that would work, so we just decided not to use one. And then for other features, and we have a lot of little parks scattered throughout, especially in the urban area, as you can see right there, just in kind of well developed places that they would be used the most. We also have an incinerator for disposing of our trash. It works pretty well, but it does give off a small amount of pollution. Our average ground pollution is actually 3%. We have no drinking water pollution, so that's good. And then as for our traffic is actually very low, except in some positions, like that roundabout is red. But you can see the cars are still flowing through it very well, and overall our road system is very efficient. And so for our main layout of the city, just to pan over it one more time, there it is, a Jeffery.